throws a microphone in front of you. You're like, Easton Cowan, thoughts on that little stud? Yeah. And you're like, I don't even care to talk to you about anything, let alone this rookie not stealing the spotlight.
And again, they're an old team, man. Like, Nyes is, what, 22 or 23?
I think,
And he's the youngest guy. Like, a large majority of them are late 20s, early to mid-30s. So, and he's not 18. He's 20. They sent him back multiple times, right? Like, he's not an 18-year-old kid. Every year counts for something in terms of maturity. But he really does stick out because he's so much younger and so much more raw than everyone else on the roster. But a win is a win is a win, and then they're down in New York, and the Rangers have been shut out 3 straight games at home. That is an NHL record to start the season.
Imagine wheeling out your new coach, and things are changing, and we're going to start making some noise, and you don't score a goal for 3 games? Meanwhile, one guy they had to get rid of is out in Anaheim. He's ripping home goals.
Kreider's got like 4 goals or whatever.
Chris Kreider, they just had to just gas that guy. I know he's older. I've always liked the guy, but he just had to go, and he's got 4 goals with the Ducks. Mm-hmm. But why did he have to go? They can't score a goal at home.
Well, and tomorrow's in Toronto. I should point that out. That's at Scotiabank. So maybe with them hitting the road, they come alive. I don't know.
My first comment is going to be, I'm expecting a low-scoring affair.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, though, that they did win 2. They won their 2 road games. That's the thing. It's just at home. And I will say, for as much heck Stuart Skinner has gotten, I went back and watched today.
Looked pretty good.
The Rangers had 23 high danger chances yesterday. Like, Edmonton didn't really deserve to win that game. It was the Skinner show. So the weird part is the Rangers, we don't know still what they are as a team. You're right. Like, Kreider had to go. Like, they did create some chances. This Stuart Skinner, looked pretty good. Played well, and Edmonton snuck out a win. That was probably what you call a goalie steal.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, let's see if the Rangers have a response or if the Leafs have some confidence and keep them down. Like, you got to keep your thumb on teams that are coming off, the fans booing them and getting in heck in their own building type of thing. We'll see what they've got.
They've had a real opportunity. Again, they're 2-2. It's 4 games in. But Habs opening night, back-to-back against Detroit, Nashville. Now New York was struggling. Like, you don't want to spoil this opportunity to pick up points and pick up wins because the Leafs have had a relatively soft schedule, a lot of home games, and we all know that that's going to turn. But at some point, you're going to hit the road and you're going to play better teams, and that's when it's going to get more difficult as the season goes on.
You're right. You played Detroit, a non-playoff team. You're playing the Rangers that were a non-playoff team. You've got Seattle coming in this weekend, and you've got New Jersey on Tuesday. Like, these are opportunities against teams that, regardless of whether you believe they're going to make the playoffs or not, they aren't the top, we'll call them the top 8 teams in the league, top 10 teams in the league right now. So, if you're the Leafs, you've got to have an opportunity. You've got to find a way to get points.
They're favored
early on.
Leafs are favored, right? You want to hit the ground running. It was a cool night in the NHL. It was a cool night in baseball. We'll get to that a little bit later this hour. And, of course, Game 3 tonight in Seattle. Tim Kirkjian will join us from Seattle around 5:30. Ray's coming up as well. Ray Ferraro on the show today. But the Habs end up stealing one last night. And that Demidov, man, that goal he scored to tie the game up was unreal.
He's got some hands on him. The patience and it was almost like when he pulled it to his backhand, a lot of guys would rush it and just try to get it into the net. Watch how he just takes that extra second to make sure it goes upstairs. He's just gifted around the net. Everybody was on him, and he just took that extra time to say, I'm going to just make sure, these hands and the moves, you can't go get your stick there, Matty Beniers. I don't know what you
look.
It is he just.
But still, listen, Demidov set it up, man. Off the boards, dangles in the middle of the ice, goes to the net. That's a great play. And the Bell Center was electric last night. The opening ceremony was remarkable. They paid homage to Ken Dryden, as you knew they would, and they should. And then it's Demidov. We talked about Lane Hudson and what he does to that place. And Montreal, everything is breaking their way. Everything is breaking their way. It's a really positive story out there.
And they stuck with it. That's the thing. I don't know. Joey Decord probably wants some of those goals back, but Caulfield, man, You know, that OT goal, that's a sneaky little goal, man. That's a goal scorer's goal. Right off the head, short side. He had an option on the back door and decided, you know what, I'm going to put it right there. Like, there is some skill on that team, and it is nice to watch. And you're right, like Hudson's dancing, and we're watching it right here. He's got Suzuki right through the blue paint, and he gets the goalie to lean off and puts it under the bar. Like, they made a comeback in that game.
They did. They were dead in the water, man.
Yeah, they were.
They found a way to battle back and actually win the game. So Montreal's off to a great start.
Yeah.
We're waiting on news of Brady Tkachuk. It's, second opinion season, right, in sports. Yeah. Everyone's looking for a second and third and fourth opinion. But I guess Brady's down in New York looking for
just dying for somebody to say to him, nah, it's not as bad as I think.
It's a sprain. Well, actually, it's a sprain.
Which is positive, because I think a lot of guys are saying, I need somebody to tell me that I'm done for the year.
Right. Like, he wants to play clearly, and if he has to have surgery and he's out for months, man, I thought Travis Green handled it. I think he handled it well, but you could tell he's not in the mood for basically the media to intimate that they're in big trouble. He's trying to shut that down, which you have to. Like, you have to. You can't sit there and just wallow in it. You can't. What's he going to do? Go up there and, let's light a candle for Brady because he's not playing and our season's in big trouble. Yeah. Travis Green's got to handle it properly, and he's out, and you move on, and you got to keep everyone upbeat. But it's
You're
tough.
literally putting lines together on a board for everybody before the game, and Tkachuk's coming out, and Amadio's going up to the first line.
Yeah.
So you could say next man up, but that's a big chore for that guy, who's basically been a depth guy. He has won a cup in Vegas, I believe, but now he's a first-line left winger.
Yeah, I think they'll move it around, too. The only, slight good news is they're getting Batherson back. He's a good player, so he was missing. So you've Batherson coming back, but you're right, it's going to be by committee. Like, that's the thing. If you're not going to score 5-on-5, you better be winning 3-2. The goalies have to be good. The D have to be good. Like, you've got to find a way. You're not replacing Brady Tkachuk. There's nobody on that roster that you go, okay, you just take Brady's spot. Like, that's the difference. So, we've heard it for now how many months? You got to replace Marner by committee and all that. They got to do it by committee, and they've got, if Ridley Gregg goes up there, or Amadi or whatever, how about Tim Stützle have? He's still a hell of a player. Like, they've got guys that have to step up in the absence of Brady Tkachuk.
Yes.
Because there's
guy cannot end your season. If you're one player, now a goaltender might be the rare exception, clearly, but if one player, whoever it is, ends your season, then you weren't legit anyway. And I think Ottawa proved last year they were legit, and this will be a true test. If he misses 30 games, 35 games, that's a lot of time. It's a huge chunk of the season.
I always go back to one comparison, and it's dating myself, and it might be an extreme example, but the 1 year that Colorado lost Forsberg in the playoffs, and Joe Sakic won the Stanley Cup without Forsberg.
Yeah, the spleen. Remember, he had a spleen.
Yeah, it was something. He wasn't playing. He was out of the playoffs, and Joe Sakic was like, well, I can't sit here and piss and moan. I got to go out there, and they won the cup without Forsberg.
That's right.
Remember that. He had like a ruptured spleen or something weird like that.
Whatever it was, Noodles, it was like the guy wasn't playing.
He was not coming back.
No.
Yeah. Like, look at the Jays with Bichette. Like, Bichette's out. He's been their co-MVP all year, and he hasn't played.
Nobody cares.
What's your gut feeling?
You got to win tonight.
What's your gut feeling about tonight, the Jays? Where are we at here? Positive vibes or nervous or what? What do we got?
My gut feeling is Shane Bieber performs tonight. That's my gut feeling. He's performed really well against Seattle in his career at that building. He owes them one to an extent. Went on the road game 3 in New York. It didn't go so well for him. I think he has a night, and I think that sets the tone. And I think if they win tonight, then, it's 51-49 Seattle. Like, it's a whole new series if you win tonight. I always say it. Someone's got to be up 2-1 if you're going to Game 4. If I guess you could be up 3-0. I guess that's not actually accurate. But if you want to make it a long series, someone's going to be up 2-1. And that's the scenario.